So here's a quick demo of the Aquacare application. So first up we have the login page, and just so you know, along with this app on the front end, I also have a Node.js server running and a MongoDB database setup which will be containing the data. So what happens is the client communicates with the server, which in turn relays data to the database as and when required. So to start off, this is the login page. Like I said, you also have a register page, and this entire app has been developed using Flutter. So let's go back. So let me just show you the animations and stuff that I have on these text input fields, and I also have validation which takes place, and just know that all the validation on my application is done on the server side, and none of the validation is done on the client GUI. So whatever messages you see over here at the bottom are actually being returned from my server. It's the MongoDB database which is performing the validation and returning the messages. So I'm not going to show you here, but as long as you enter all the required fields correctly, it's going to register the user and add the user to the database. I'm not going to show that here, but if required, I'll show it later. So let's go back to the login page. So I have one user set up with the username and password as so. Okay, so just to give you a quick look at how the validation works, if I try to log in without entering a password, it tells me that the password is invalid. So let me just enter the valid password, and you can see that I've logged in. So this is the main account dashboard. Okay, so how this works is it does each of these. Okay, first of all, it fetches all of this data from my server. As soon as this page is first loaded, it makes a API call to my Node.js server and fetches all the different pieces of information that you are currently seeing here on the GUI. So let me just quickly give you a rundown of this page. You have the account info at the top, standard. This is a summary of the of all the usage data that is currently under the registered user. And down here you have the tanks owned. So I've decided to give the user the flexibility of adding and removing tanks as and when he requires. And so I have a little bit of data which I have stored on this tank titled rooftop that you can see here. When you click it, you can view more details about that particular tank. So you can see there's a little button here for turning the motor on and off. So right now what this does is, as and when you toggle it, it actually sets a bit on the MongoDB database. And once the hardware part is finished, I will be setting up the Python file to listen for changes in the MongoDB database. And as and when I click the button here, it's actually going to trigger or turn off the hardware unit of the motor. So for now, let me show you that when I click this, when I switch it on and I go back, you can see that it actually does update right here. So you can see it was previously off. If I turn it off again, it shows off. So you can, that's a little quick view. And this thing that you see over here, this little container, it's actually an interactive, it's not a static image, it's an interactive icon, and the amount of water that you see is an indication of the actual current level of the tank. So right now you can see it's nearly full, that's why it's showing almost full right there. So at the bottom here you can see the graph, right? So this graph is actually an interactive graph, and based on the delimiter chosen, it gives you interactive information about the usage in that time span. For example, if I choose to delimit by on a daily basis, it shows me the information like, as you can see, it's divided by dates, right? And as you drag across it, you can see the exact value at that point in time. Now if you want to see a little more higher level, you can go to the monthly summary. It shows you the amount of water you used for that particular month, and again you can see it's an interactive graph. Similarly, you also have the option to view it across the year. So that's that. And if we go back, I can show you an example. Here you can see that the water level is only 20 out of 50. It actually doesn't have any usage because I just didn't add any for the demonstration purposes. So you can see here that the water level is 20 out of 50. That's where you can see the water, the blue part is a little less. So let me show you another feature which I've added. You can't see it, but I'm updating the water level for this one, for this well water tank. I'm going to update it on the database right now. So let me update it from 20 to 40, and now hit the refresh button, and you can see the water level has been increased. So as the motor runs in real time on the hardware unit, and as the water level in the database is updated by that hardware unit, you can just press the refresh button right here, which shows you a little animation, and it shows you that your GUI is in fact showing you the latest data as per the database. So if you want to add a new tank, you can also do that by clicking the plus icon here. You can enter the tank name. Let me just I don't know, let's call it the test tank, and give it a okay. Just before I proceed, I want you to know that there's also validation setup over here. So if you try to hit an invalid dataset, if you try to add an invalid information to the tank, the server throws an error which is then shown over here, as you can see. So let's give it also, you can not add a tank which is less than 10 liters, and that would be stupid. So that's also 20 liters is the minimum. I can increase that if it's required. So let's go a little higher. Let's say 150. Confirm, and it shows us a little success there saying, and you can see that the test tank has been added. And if you want to delete it, you can just long press delete tank. Do you want to delete it? Confirm, and it's gone. And you can see there's a little notification at the bottom indicating the same. And that's about it. And if you want to log out, you can just press this button over here, and yes, that's how we can log out. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.